Hey, how is it going, everyone? Here Bhargab. Welcome back to another video now. Because I had a lot of work to do and had university exams, I know that I missed my video from last 3 months. I gave this video to Google Voice without my voice because it will be easy for you to understand. Now, this video will be about how to play chess. If you want to learn how to play chess, then this is the video for you. I will show you how to set up the board and all the different rules of chess, like how the pieces move, pawn promotion, in passant, castling, checkmate, stalemate, etc. Chess is one of the oldest and most popular board games in the world. A chessboard is an 8x8 square, which has files,
which are the A file and the B file, and the C file, and ranks: the first rank, and the second rank.
At the beginning of the game, you need to remember that the chessboard needs to be placed in such a manner that each player has the light-colored square on the bottom right-hand side. Look like that. You can remember this as white on the right. The second row for each side is filled with pawns just like this. Done now. The first row should be set up as follows. The rooks belong to the corner squares. And the knights belong next to the rooks. This is called a knight. And then next bishops. And then queen. After queen's on her matching color, which means the white queen goes on a white square, and the black queen goes on a black square. Then king. The queen across the queen, and the king across the king. That is set up the chessboard. Now, who will move first? The player with the white pieces always moves first and makes one move. And then black makes one move.
Remember, each of the 6 different pieces have a unique way of moving.
Now, look. The rook moves in a plus pattern just like this, which means it can move any squares either up, down, left or right. Now, about bishops. The bishop can move in an X pattern just like this. Which means it can move diagonally any squares. Now,
let's look at the queen.
The queen is the most powerful piece on board, because it can move both like the rook and bishop. Which means it can move any squares, vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. Look like that. Now the knights. The knight moves in the shape of an L. Look just like that. But the knight is the only piece that can jump over other pieces, not other pieces. Let's talk about the pawns now. The pawn is the only piece that moves in one direction and captures in a completely different direction. Pawns move one step forward towards the opponent's side of the board. But if it is their first move, then they can move either one square forward like this or 2 squares forward like this. After its first move, The pawn can only move one square forward. Remember, pawns can only capture pieces diagonally in front of them, and they cannot capture pieces directly in front of them. You know that pawns only move forward, and they never move backwards. But what's going to happen if this pawn gets all the way down to this last row? Or if any of these black pawns get down to this first row? So that the pawn simply turns into a queen, rook, bishop, or a knight. Your choice. Queen, rook, bishop, or a knight.
Now, most important piece is king. The king is priceless because if you lose the king, you simply lose the game. The king moves one square at a time in any direction. Whenever a move results in the opponent's
king being threatened, then the attacking player must say check, so the term check simply refers to the king being attacked. For example, in this position, it's black to move, and if the rook goes to e8, then the white king is in check. He's being attacked and needs to do something about it. When you're in check, there are three ways you can try to get out of it. You can try to move to a safe square, or block the check, or simply capture the checking piece. If you're in check and there is no move to protect the king, then the attacking player declares checkmate. The game is over, he wins. But sometimes a chess game can also end in a draw. These are the ways that can happen. 1. Stalemate. 2. Both players agree to a draw. 3. If the exact same position has repeated 3 times, either player can claim a draw. 4. If many moves have occurred without a pawn move or a capture, either player can claim a draw. Now, you know what is mean of stalemate. It's your turn to move. Your king is not in check, and you have no illegal moves for any of your pieces. You might be absolutely winning your game and about to checkmate the opponent's king, but if you fall into stalemate, it is draw. Now, some special rules in chess. The first one is a special pawn rule, and passant from French. When the black pawn moves 2 spaces to avoid being captured by the white pawn. This rule says that you can move the white pawn here, remove the black pawn. Here's also a special move in chess called castling slash, and it involves the king and the rook. It's the only time in chess you can move 2 pieces in one move. The king moves 2 squares to the right or left, and the rook moves directly to the other side of the king. You can only castle if neither the rook or king have moved and there are no pieces in the way. You can also not castle when in check. Look like that. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on the rules of chess. Also, let me know if I have missed out on something. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.